All right, welcome back to another episode of the Women's Health Community Podcast. I'm here with another guest who I'm very excited to be talking to. We've already yapped away for like 15 minutes before I realised I hadn't pressed play. So probably should have pressed play 15 minutes ago when you walked in. But Cassie, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so keen.
We start the podcast with 4 questions, and the 4th question is different to every single guest. So question 1, what is one non-negotiable in your day every single day?
Oh, one negotiable. Non-negotiable. Just trying to hit my protein. I think that's a non-negotiable for me at the moment.
That's
in my build phase.
No one has actually said that as a non-negotiable. I love that.
Yeah, so simple, but I'm like, has to be done every fucking day.
Yeah. Okay, what did you want to be when you were growing up?
Ooh, a vet. Which is so random.
No, I don't think it's random. I think that's quite common. I mean, that's what my sister always said she wanted to be. So, I mean, maybe that's why I think it's
wanted
common.
to be that, but then I realised I can't actually bring myself to put the animals down. So, like,
that
was a no-go for me.
I could have put my, like, finger in their butt.
Oh, no, yeah,
That's what I would have
I didn't know that was a thing.
Question number 3. What is your defo meal?
Oh, honestly, it's so basic, but, like, a good steak with, like, probably mashed potato and veggies. Like, I don't know, it just hits different. I feel like the mashed potato, I can just picture like my mum making it, but a good steak as well.
Yeah. Okay, and 4th question that's different for every single guest. Would you rather never go on a holiday again or never eat steak again?
Oh, that's hard. I would rather not eat steak ever again. I'll settle for something else. Like
there goes your
death
row meal.
Yeah, literally. It's all right. I need to travel. Like I can't be stuck in the same place.
Where's the favourite place you've travelled to?
Honestly, Greece. Like,
really?
And I want to go back again. Yeah, that's like my top place.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I haven't been to Greece in so many years. I'm like, I desperately need to go back.
Yeah.
ASAP.
No, it's like I've done all of Europe, but Greece is like number 1. I actually want to go like work from there like next year.
That would be
like we'll travel around, but like predominantly like stay in Greece, just like
Greece.
Quad bike around the islands. Like,
what island was your favourite?
I loved Mykonos, but I think Eos was my favourite.
Okay.
Like it's a little bit more backpackery vibe.
Yeah, chill.
And we sat at Far Out Beach Club, which was fun. But yeah, like I know there's like Paros and stuff now. There's like all these other
different
ones.
places. Yeah,
probably.
I haven't been, but I need to go.
Yeah,
on my list of things to do for 2026.
100%.
Cool. So things I want to talk about with you today. Don't know if I've given you a little bit of a rundown of what my idea is for you. So I love following you on Instagram. I love that you are very much capable of transforming your body sustainably, and you also don't compete, which I love.
Yeah.
I love to see someone who is capable of going through a dieting phase, living her best life, traveling Europe, hitting your protein goals, like you said, that's a goal, and training for enjoyment, but also being really proud of the body that you've been able to build. So I wanted to touch a little bit firstly on where you kind of started with your health and fitness journey, and then how you kind of build up now to where you are as a coach, where you inspire other women to just build that healthy and happy lifestyle where you don't coach athletes, you don't work with athletes in the bodybuilding space. Yep. And I would just like, so let's just kind of start with that, about like where you started as young little Cassie when it all began.
God, it's a fucking long story. I'm like 20.
Lucky we've got time.
Yeah, I know. I'm like 27 now, and I'm like almost 28. So like, I feel like I've been lifting for like fucking 8 years. I'm pretty sure since like 2015. I think I started getting into like fitness.
Happy 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say properly lifting, obviously, but like I remember doing like the booty band stuff in like the corner of the gym and like the light weights, like high rep sort of stuff. But yeah, I guess I've always been a sporty as a kid, and then as I got into high school, I kind of like you grow out of it. It's like not
cool.
Yeah, it's not cool to be participating in school sports, and then I don't know. I started going to the gym for school sports like at one stage, and then I just like I found like this Pilates thing on like YouTube, like Blogilates. Like I don't know if you've ever heard of her.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing now, but anyway. And then I kind of got stuck into it, and then from there I think it was a snowball effect. Just like Instagram was big back in the day for like all those like fitness influencers, like back when it was easy to like gain such a following.
The Kayla Itsines, Ashley Bynes era.
Yeah, I mean I never really got too much into them. I count myself lucky because I know a lot of girls suffered like with disordered
Yeah.
eating. But I think I ended up following the girls who were already like started weightlifting, like quite heavy. So I was very fortunate. I got inspired by them quite early.
I think you and I, because we are similar ages, we were the same. So I never fully fell into the Kaylee Itsines, Ashley Bynes ebook era. I was more into like the Rachel Dillons, the Lauren Simpson, when they were already really big and really like the WBFF at the time was really popping off. That was the same for me.
No, literally, I remember following her and like Lauren Simpson and like kind of got into that, and then like a lot of like the USA girls, like a lot of the athletes, or like Whitney Simmons back in the day, like 'cause she's been around for so long. So and then I bought a guide from someone, and then I had a partner at the time, like I'd go to the gym with him because I was too scared to go in there by myself. And it just kind of flew on, and eventually, I started going there by myself. As soon as I got my license, it was like I was going like all the time. I'd like leave school early to like literally go to the gym, which was so
Mum,
bad.
don't listen to this.
I wouldn't even I was not lifting properly. And then I just evolved throughout the years. And then, like, obviously I was still lifting, and then I went through, like, a huge struggle, just, like, I didn't have my nutrition down pat. Like, I had no idea about nutrition, and, like, after school I got into, like, partying, drinking, binge drinking, drugs, all that sort of stuff. But I was still lifting, so I was very proud. I was very consistent, probably overtraining, to be honest. But my nutrition was not there. Like, I would just try and restrict, like, when I did start tracking through the week, and then fucking just undo it all on the weekend. Yeah. So, in a way, like, I never really got super fat. Didn't get super skinny either. I was just kind of in that nowhere man's land, but my body was like so puffy and inflamed and like just was not changing. And then it wasn't until like 2020 when, COVID obviously fucking happened, and for once I couldn't go out, like saved all my money. And then, I got my first coach when the gyms opened back up, and I was like, you know what? I've been doing the same shit for so long. Like I need to try not to diet, because I'm obviously binge eating still on like overeating on the weekends. So I hired her, and then we actually went through a bit of like a reverse phase, because I was like, let's just try something we've never done before. And it actually was like literally a game changer, because it taught me how to eat more food. And that's when my physique really started changing. That's when I actually followed a program properly for the first time, logging all my weights, tracking, all that sort of stuff. And then, that was like five years ago now. Crazy.
Yeah. I feel like COVID for some people was either like the beginning or like the beginning of something really amazing. Like for me, it was when I started my business. For you, it was when it was you started consistently like with your nutrition and all this sort of stuff. But I feel like you either thrived and like were really fit during COVID, or you were in your sourdough era. Do you like everyone started making sourdough and like baking and stuff like that, and I never went into the sourdough era. I was like in my fit, like learn everything I could about 100%. Business and nutrition and dieting and all of this sort of stuff, and it was really like one of two ways. So it's cool that you were also, I wasn't the only one in the fitness era and all this sort of stuff.
Girl, honestly, same. Like that's when I started my Cert 3 and 4, because I like had nothing else to do. I was still working at Coles at the time, because I used to work at Coles like 6 years, and because I worked at the gym, like that gym shut, so I went back there and I took as many shifts as I could, because it was the only form of socialization I could fucking get. I actually looked forward to going to work. I was like, let's go. I saved all my money, and then I studied that, because I was like, well, I've got nothing else to do. And then that was good, because the start of next year I actually moved to Adelaide, and then that's when I like worked at Right Away for customer service, and then I started at F45. So I was already started getting my coaching experience, and then from there, like by the end of that year, I just pretty much jumped in the PT and finished my Cert 4 and was like, fuck it, like let's just do it. I'm already working it Right Away. Like they offered me the PT there. And then, that was 2021, and just, I've been doing that like ever since. I've obviously worked group fit jobs, here and there, like in the side, but so that's pretty much
coaching since 2021, and never looked back.
Pretty much. And in terms of physique, just like I did my own thing for a while. Like I did my own program. Like once you have access to your own app, I was just programming myself. Once knew how everything was going. And then obviously recently I've just hired my second coach ever, because for a long time I was pretty stubborn, and I was like, I need to go for a proper fat loss phase. I just couldn't do it myself, even though I know how to do it, but it just wasn't as strict.
Sometimes the accountability aspect of it all is so much better, because you actually can. You have to answer to someone. And I feel like people ask me this question all the time. It's like, why do you have a coach? Like, you're a coach and you achieve these amazing results with your clients. I'm like, but my clients answer to me.
Yeah, literally.
I'm my own person. I'm not going to answer to myself, because I think I'm a fucking idiot sometimes. Like, I don't want to be my own level of authority. I need someone who I see as an authority figure. And I think that's a really important thing as well. It's like, when you have someone that you need to answer to, that you respect as an authority figure, the results that you can achieve are so much greater than what you could achieve without that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, for like my husband, for example, I won't coach my husband.
Yeah, and that's so fair though.
But
like,
for no other reason other than I am not an authority to him. I see him as my equal.
yeah.
So it's like, for him, he sees me as his equal also. Like,
Yeah.
he's not going to answer to me if I question why he's doing something. He'll be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
like,
they won't take it seriously.
I'm eating my
Yeah.
KFC for lunch. Leave me alone. Like,
KFC.
but then if he had to tell someone
Yeah.
else that, he probably wouldn't, because to them
Yeah.
it's an authority. So it's a really like, it's a really smart
Yeah.
thing, like, for a lot of people to
100%.
definitely fall into that. So how did that fat loss phase go for you?
Oh, honestly,
I
it
was
was
stalking your results. Let's just put that out there.
No, thanks. Yeah, I posted about it a lot this time. But yeah, it's honestly the best thing I did, and getting Zach was like, yeah, like I see him as an authority, and I think I do better with male authority than I do over females. I wish I knew the psychology behind that. I probably should read that. But like, I mean, yeah, I've
never had a female coach.
Really, yeah.
Never had a
Interesting.
female coach.
Yeah.
Purely because I'm the same. I see a male as an authority
Yeah.
person. I see a female as my equal.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is bizarre. I
Really
need to know the science behind that.
Watch me get someone on this podcast now, because I
Literally.
just want to dive into that topic.
100%. I just think it's the masculine side. Like, they obviously, I mean, we have structure and like know what to do and authority, but like, I just coming from a male, it's like you just shut up and listen. Like,
You're like, okay.
And
yeah.
like, obviously, it's like I followed Zach for a while, and like, he just obviously knows a lot more than me. He's been in the industry like a lot longer than me, and like, he's obviously client results. And I have a lot of friends, you know, who are coaches. I was thinking about going with my other friend who used to work at Never Quit, but I was like, oh, but I know him and I'm like friends with him. So like, it's the same thing with authority. I don't want to like be coached by someone who I'm really good friends with. But yeah, that was really amazing, because I literally locked the fuck in. Like, that's basically what it was. I was like, I'm paying over $100 a week. I mean, to me, that's not like an expense, that's like an investment, but you know, you're skin in the game. I'm like, well, I'm paying this much money. Why would I not follow it?
Yeah.
And you just having him by my side doing weekly check-ins, and just like, yeah, I was just really committed. Like, there was so many social events that I made work. Like, I went to the Drake concert, went away to Brisbane for the night. I still was in a deficit. I had the Valentine's Day dinner with my friends. Like, I took my meal prep where they all had pizza or pasta, and I could have made that fit. But like, for the calories I was on, there's no way I could have eaten a pizza without like starving myself throughout the day. And I was like, you know what, this goal is really important to me, because I know it's temporary, because we had an end date, whereas before I never really set an end date and I wasn't that serious about it. So he was like, you know, lock in for like 10 weeks, we'll get you down to 60 kilos. And the goal was to always do that and then go into a build, because I was like, I went to him and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, because I was kind of like, you know, I'm fit, jacked, but I'm also not super lean, but I also have room to improve. I was kind of like back where I was before. And he was like, look, are you happy with the current level of body fat that you're at? And I was like, honestly, no. Like, if I was to build on top of this, I'd probably be a bit uncomfortable. So then that's why we just decided to tidy up first and then clear that runway so we could do a build, which I'm in now. And yeah, like, I feel like it changed my physique so much. And
the transformation, I think you posted it this week sometime,
Yeah.
like recently. And I was looking and I was like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
you would never have looked at you before.
yeah, I didn't realize how, I mean, it wasn't big.
Yeah, like,
but
it's so interesting. Like, it was like you just went,
yeah, I
And
look
wow.
back at like photos and training videos from last year, like when I was in Gold Coast. And obviously back then I didn't think I was big, but looking back, I was like, fuck, I did actually carry a bit more body fat than I thought. Obviously, it's like that, I don't know, what do they call it? Like how they say tan blindness, but like, I guess fat blindness. Like, I don't know. Like, I just wasn't as shredded as I thought I was.
yeah. But I also think like you realize that as well as you get leaner. Like, I look back at myself when
Yeah.
I was like 25 kilos heavier than what I am now, and I'm like, at that time, I probably could have made
Yeah.
myself think that I was okay, but I was obviously content with where I was at that
Yeah.
time. Now, if I was to gain 25 kilos, I would be so uncomfortable.
100%,
But then it's like, okay, when I'm content now. If I
Yeah.
lose another 25 kilos, and it's like, I would look back at where I am now and be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like, I couldn't put on another 25. Like, it's weird. I get it. It's
Yeah.
a weird concept to...
Yeah. No, but it honestly gave me so much discipline and resilience, and made me realize how much I am capable of just like by sticking to it. Like, I finally have ticked that off. So yeah, like, I'll do another one probably at the end of the year as well, with him obviously by my side. So can't see us like not working together for a while, which is crazy, because I'm like, everyone's like, oh, you're competing, like you're working towards something, and I'm like, no, I'm just like for literally personal goals and just, you know, just practicing being like a woman that I want to be. And obviously me going through this journey inspires my clients, and as a coach, like, you know, people love following the journey. So I like leading by example of like, hey, I do this and this is how I've done it. And then my clients like, holy shit, well, you know, she's done it. And then obviously attract new clients. So for biz perspective, it's nice having your own journey. And I think that's what I lacked for a while, because it actually reflected in my business as well, of like not having direction. So then, you know, if I'm not like showing up as a leader through my own journey, people are gonna be like, oh, well, she's not really like doing anything, you know, she's just like training, eating well, whatever. And yeah, there's a time and space for that, but I'm like, let's ramp this shit up. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Now I'm in my build and I'm like loving it.
Love it. You love it. The food's there, she's back, she's alive.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
So something I do want to ask you is, why would you never compete? Is it just not a goal that you have? Like, obviously you've got the physique there, you've got the foundations there. Like you could do it and be fairly successful at it. But what is it for you that kind of is like, that's just not something I ever see myself doing?
It's funny you say that, because I say this to everyone. I'm like, I do think I have the physique, and I'm like, it'd actually be game over if I was to compete. I always think that.
But like, that's not even being cocky though, because it's genuine. Like, you've got the density there that you could do bikini, you could do bikini athletic, and you could be fairly successful because you do have 10 years of consistency behind you. Yeah. And your physique is, I want to say, even when you were at the beginning of this deficit, in a really good place. Yeah. Yeah. So what is it for you that is the absolute no to ever doing that and sticking to, just like you said, you're going to do another deficit at the end of the year purely for your own personal goals, which I love. Like, I love that that is where you are, and I love that I can have this conversation with you and not be like, okay, so when are you stepping on stage next? Like, and I'm trying to like shift away from just competitors now, and I really 100%. Love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I never say never. Like, it's just not like a goal of mine, especially since moving to the Gold Coast. It's more so like the lifestyle of like going out to eat with friends, and like, you know, I know it requires a lot of sacrifice, and also from a business standpoint, like I know it zaps a lot of energy out of you. And right now, like, my top priority is my business and just like building a lifestyle that I love, and prep would fucking like take both of those away. Yeah. And yeah, like, you're working towards something, but then I don't think I'd actually be fulfilled, because, you know, you hear a lot of people about like they work so hard towards something for like one day, and then after that they feel like they don't have any purpose. So yeah, for me it's just not like a priority at the moment. But yeah, never say never, but it's good that I've been through the fat loss phase and potentially another one at the end of the year. Like, I think if I went through that again and pushed it like a little bit harder and got down to like leaner levels of body fat, then maybe I'd consider it. But I think I need to do that first before ever doing a prep, if I hadn't even gone through like a longer fat loss phase, which I think a lot of people make the mistake of. But yeah, so never say never, but I don't even know what federation I would do. Like, I feel like FMG is not really like me. Like, it's very like, I don't know, like, I'd say it out there, like, but it's very
posing
like,
is where I would
posing, like showy. Like, it is amazing. Like, I love watching it, but I'm like, I don't think that would be me. I don't know. But yeah, I just like, business is too important to me. Lifestyle is too important, especially in the Gold Coast. Like, there's so many restaurants and shit like that that I still
I know, I've got a booking last night, tonight, tomorrow night. And I'm like, there's so many places. Literally, and I get it. So, and I think as well on the Gold Coast, something that is really cool is everyone somewhat has a fit and healthy lifestyle. Yeah, 100%. I've been to a different training class every day I've been up here. Everyone is awake at 6 a.m. in the morning, finishing their classes. I'm going to 7 a.m. classes. I'm late. Like, my classes are empty. They're like, oh yes, 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. apart.
Yeah, they're like the busiest.
And I'm just like, living up here, I can totally see how you could either fall into the circle of competing, which is a really amazing community up here and really supportive community up here, 100%. I believe, as an outsider looking in. Or you fall into the community I believe that you're in, which is like the fit and healthy people who love to socialize, love to like be around their friends, be a part of a really cool community of people where health is a value and health is something that we respect, whether you are bringing your meal prep to your Valentine's Day dinner with all your girlfriends and things like that. You're still respected for that, and you're still 100%. Celebrated for that, and you're still encouraged for that. And I feel like the two circles here are actually fairly separate.
Yeah, they are a little bit.
I feel like it could even be like a little bit of competition between the two, but I'm like, also like, it's really cool to see like health in general in a place like this is really celebrated. Yeah. 100%. And I mean, as someone who doesn't live up here, I'm just like an outsider looking in. People listening could be like, yeah, blah, blah, but this. But I'm like, it's really cool that you mentioned the lifestyle is something that you are so invested in and you value so highly that is not going to be sacrificed for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you have any girls coming to you wanting to compete eventually and you're like, oh, I'm not the coach for you? Like, Or do you feel like you don't really attract those girls in general because you don't really talk about it online?
Yeah, I don't really attract any girls like that because my marketing's very much like women who were in the same spot as me, kind of like in the middle of my journey of like, you know, stuck in that soft kind of skinny fat phase. You know, they're training consistently, maybe overtraining, just how I was, but their nutrition is out of whack, or they're stuck in like a binge restrict cycle. So that is all my marketing. So I don't attract any girls like that. I mean, maybe eventually after some time, like I've only had like maybe 2 clients that have like mentioned they want to do it in the future. And obviously I say, well, that means you would have to obviously part ways with me because I don't do that, and they know that too. So I've had one past client who's actually competing soon. I'm still following her, so I'm watching her journey. Her physique, like, I just feel happy knowing I've got her to a point where then she was then good to actually step on stage. And then another client was just like kind of talking about it. But I think I kind of was like, you know, make sure that you're not just doing it because you think it's the next step that you're meant to do, but you're doing it because you generally want to fucking do it. Because I feel like a lot of people think that's fitness. And I'm like, fitness is so much more than competing. Like, competing is amazing, but I think a lot of people rush into it because they just think they have to if you're fit. I'm like, you can be fit, fucking jacked without actually like having to compete. But yeah, like you said, it is a little separate here, but I feel like everyone's very accepting. I think it just depends on which level. Like, you can see those people that have the toxic relationship with competing. They compete like, you know, multiple times a year and are always in that deficit. I think I've unfollowed like a lot of the people who are heavily involved into it. But then you get people that are like, you know, compete like once a year, every 2 years, but they're always like working towards their goal too.
Yeah.
So
which you can respect that. Like, you can respect someone who is so dedicated to a goal.
Yep.
I mean, and they still live their life not purely just for that moment. Like, I feel like there's some people who, like you mentioned, will compete multiple times a year, and I look at it as like, as a female, your 20s are the best years of your life.
100%.
I'm nearly nearing 30.
Yeah.
You and I are the same age. It's fucking scary.
Wait, you're 27?
I'm 28. I turned 28 in Feb. So I'm...
Oh, yeah, you're born in the same year.
Same
1997,
year.
baby.
So I'm like, I'm stressed out that I'm nearly 30. But like, I've really reflected on my 20s over like the last couple months. And I'm like, I have changed so much as a human from 21 living in America, 22 being back in America living there, like to now where I am at 28, married for 2 years. Like, there's been such a timeline, and I'm like, I actually feel a lot of sadness for some of the girls who are quite younger who their only goal is stage. Yeah. And I mean, yes, I was in a prep up until 2 weeks ago. Like, that's I was part of that as well, and I was part of that problem, projecting that goal onto my followers. Maybe, I don't know. I hope that I wasn't. But also, you're missing so many amazing years of your life in your 20s. And it's really like, if you're competing, I don't care what anyone says. If you're a competitor and you're saying you're still going to social events and you're not excluding yourself, but you're in a prep, you are not at that social event. Physically, your body is there. Your mind is at home on the couch, absolutely dead out of its body. Like, you're thinking about your next meal. You're thinking about that Ninja Cream you're going to have when you go home. You're not there. You're not living. You're not being in your 20s. And I think it's so interesting to me that when you and I were 20...
Oh, God.
Like... I couldn't think. I couldn't exactly. I was out on King Street. I was out on King Street at Cloud 9, fucking tearing ligaments in my ankle because I was fucked off my head. Yeah, literally. That's the last time I went out. That was the big bang that I went out on. Yeah. But like, I couldn't even think of it being in a bodybuilding prep at 20.
Oh God, no.
And then going and doing it at 21, 22, 23, like 5 years of my life just doing that. I'm like, it's so crazy that so many people are actually sacrificing. Like, obviously this may sound really contradicting because I have competed and I have gone on stage twice before, but also I think I've lived a really cool life before I ever started doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you've definitely
lived like my 20s. We could do a whole timeline on George's 20s and make it a 3-hour episode reviewing my 20s if anyone wants that. But I'm like, honestly, like, if you want that, let me know, because I would do it. That'll be a really fun episode to do.
I will tune in.
But I just think as well, like you mentioned, people are competing in multiple shows for a year. Not even back-to-back years. I'm talking, there are some people I follow who compete in Season A, compete in Season B, come back leaner in Season B, so you know they've dieted harder.
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's wild to me. I'm like, when did you live? What did
Yeah.
you, like, what moments did you live? Like, and I think that was something since stepping away from competing for me has been a really big challenge. It's like, I miss out on so much living.
Yeah.
And I'm not willing to sacrifice anymore.
Yeah, and like you said, it just depends on your values too, because obviously you get the people that are like so obsessed with it, like that's their value and they get so much fulfillment from that. But again, like you, if your value is like, okay, I want more fucking freedom and like family and friends, like that's going to impact you more than probably someone who doesn't value that stuff as much. So
like this morning I started at Bam Bam Bakehouse here on the Gold Coast with my mum. We had a coffee, we shared a croissant, we both bit into this croissant and we like had custard falling everywhere. Like, it was such a nice moment.
Yeah.
If I hadn't finished competing 2 weeks ago, and like that moment would never have happened.
That's actually so true.
Like
Yeah.
that moment with my mum, this trip with my mum that I'm having right now would never have happened to the level of fulfillment, like enjoyment, love that I have looking at her. All of these things would not have been that level or this deep because I would have been tired, I would have been moody, I would have been all of these things. And I'm just like, it's so interesting when I get to reflect on it and I get to recognize that that is obviously a problem that I did have. But now I'm like, I will never let myself go back to that.
Yeah. 100%.
Crazy.
So you'll never like compete again?
No. So I've had
done.
to finish up competing for some health reasons that I have been going through and still trying to figure all of that out. But it got to the point where my GP and my coach are like, I don't think it's worth it anymore.
Yeah. Fuck.
So I had to sit down with my husband and have this whole big conversation. So we've definitely decided that competing's not something that I can do again. Like everyone's like, never say never, never say never. I'm like, I don't think I could be a mum and compete and prep and be that level of selfish when I can't give my niece my full attention when I'm 6 weeks out.
Yeah, that's how,
I don't want to do that with my babies. And I'm like, I couldn't do it. I don't think.
Yeah.
But I'm in two fields with it. Like, I love the sport, respect the athletes, respect
100%.
the process and the journey it takes to get there.
Yeah.
However, for myself, I think the more I'm maturing as a woman, as a wife, hopefully as a mum one day, if my body can allow that, like, my values have definitely shifted.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, it's okay for your values to shift like that. But sometimes it just takes like, you know, like your GP telling you something for that to shift, or like, you know, you have a realization or
A
you
light bulb
reflect.
moment.
Like something like that. So
it did come as a bit of an identity crisis for me over the last like week. It was a bit like really having to relearn what I do value, and I'm so grateful that I've come on these like podcasts like over the last 24 hours and filmed some really good episodes, and then had time to reflect after and be like, okay, like, where am I finding my feet in this health and fitness space again? Because I feel like I was really much the woman who could achieve an incredible transformation. Yeah. But I could never sustain it. Why couldn't I sustain it? Underlyingly, it was because my health was so fucked up, but I kept masking it with another prep.
Yeah. Oh.
So I found out big blind spot.
Girl.
So I always thought, and I have openly spoken about this on the podcast before, that I had never successfully completed a reverse diet.
Yeah, fuck. I've heard that's the hardest bit too. Like, prep can be easy for some people. It's the fucking after
So
bit.
currently I'm having the best quote unquote reverse I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm still having quite a bit of food freedom while I'm away at the moment, but once I'm home, it's back on track and everything for me.
Yeah.
However, I am still going to be gaining more weight than I probably on paper should.
Yeah, okay.
But what we've worked out is through my blood work, through further testing, through all of these things, it was because of the health issues that I have going on.
Yeah.
So I never gave my body a chance to fully recover. Yeah. And it's all these underlying health things that are really like the cause of so much of the confusion that I've had around my body. It's really interesting. Like it's a whole like spiral that I'm like learning at the moment. It's a fucking roller coaster of emotions. It's a whole podcast. I feel like I want to get my GP on once we've like nailed everything and just get her to like explain it all, because with her explaining it to me in the moment and then me trying to then relearn it or relay it, I'm probably saying things wrong or all of this stuff, but it's really interesting that it's like
there's a lot, girl.
There's a lot
going on. And I didn't realize that all happened so suddenly either. Like, it was only 2 weeks ago. Now you're here. And now you're discussing it with everyone, so you get to reflect on it.
Well, hopefully, I think this episode will be like from now when we're recording, I think it'll be about 4 or 5 weeks So
Okay.
I would have been
yeah.
8 weeks done with dieting by the time this comes out.
Okay. Yeah.
So it would be so interesting. Like,
to
future
see where
me,
you're at.
future me listening to this, just know that you're okay. Like, if you've gained more weight back, it's not you. You know what's going on. Like, it's going to be so interesting. But yeah, it was almost, it's 9 days ago I got all the news and got all the information and got all the diagnoses and all of this stuff, and it's just fucking insane.
Yeah, fuck.
And I like I've said, I'm never going to complain and blame bodybuilding for that.
Yeah.
Because it was my decision. It was my decision to go into a prep again. It was my decision to compete in ICN and then compete in summer shredding in Texas. And it was my idea and my plan to compete again this year. But I'm never going to blame bodybuilding. But if I hadn't have had that light bulb moment, the damage that I would have done to my body in competing in another prep would have been irreversible.
Yeah, 100%. Because it sounds like you've gone through a lot of preps, and I think, like, it's just like, as humans, I don't think we're meant to be going like through that many extremes.
That many extremes,
yeah, like at all. Like, it's just.
Is that something that would turn you off? Like, hearing my side of it. I mean, obviously, I would say I'm quite dramatic and quite unique in the experience that I'm currently going through, and I'm never going to use that to turn someone off. Like, I have girls come to me that are working with me currently who want to compete.
Yeah.
I have clients who I've sent to other coaches who are currently like a couple of weeks away from starting a prep. But is that something that really scares you potentially about from where you were to where you are, that actually is like, I wouldn't even risk that being an option? Or do you think you would do it and kind of have more of the self-awareness to know that if something starts to significantly change, you wouldn't?
I mean, it doesn't scare me as such. I think for me, the only, like, another reason it would be like that whole rebound thing. Like, I've just seen so many, like, even like some of my friends just recently compete, and like they've come on to their stories and just like talked about that bit. And because I used to struggle with like the whole binge restrict thing. Not to say I'd come back, I definitely feel like my mindset's changed, and in terms of discipline and how resilient I am now in terms of all that sort of stuff, and like the foods I eat is totally different. Like I probably ate way too flexible back then, that I wasn't even nourishing myself, but because obviously I eat more whole food and animal based now, but yeah, like that's the only thing. I'm like, I wouldn't want to fuck up my relationship with food because I know how hard it is to get back to that point. And I know the rebound's even worse because some people gain more weight than what they did at the start of their prep, and they look completely different. And once your health's fucked, it's quite hard to get back to that level of leanness when your hormones are all out of whack and your health is like everything. Health's fucked, then you know you're not going to show up to your fullest capability, like with your friends, unless like travels like not off limits, but like you just don't have the energy for anything and feel shit within yourself. You don't want to show up, and obviously that affects your business, and it just is a flow-on effect into everything.
Seriously,
and it's a lot of money too, like the financial side. I'm just like, I want to go to Europe next year.
I saw someone post on their story, and they said for the FMG show they spent $15,000.
Oh my god, that's like a Europe trip for like 3 months for me. Like that's all I think about. I'm like, you know how many trips you could do with 15 grand? Like,
so my husband and I did my show in Texas last year. We didn't even spend half of that.
Really? Wow.
So
how long did you go for?
We went for a month.
Oh, okay. Just US?
Just US.
Yeah, okay,
so we did 3-4 states for a month.
Yeah, wow.
On the US exchange rate. And we still didn't spend half of that.
Yeah, that's insane.
And I'm just like, people are going all fucking out on these shows, and you're like me, you value travel so highly. Like, I love to travel. I travel every year, and I'm like, if I added up all 3 of the preps that I have done, including the 2 show days, I probably would be close to that.
Yeah, wow.
Across traveling to the US and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, not in one show.
Yeah, that's insanity. I mean, obviously there's ways to do it cheaper, right? But like, it depends on how invested you are into it. Like, I feel like if it's your first show, I feel like a lot of people go pretty ham with it because I want to like make the most of it. But I'm just like, I just don't value I don't value the comp day that much to be spending that much money on that. Yeah. Like, to me, travel's a huge value for me, and like that freedom. And it's just like that literally, like, prep itself goes against that value itself of freedom because you just don't
have it.
Like,
simple as that.
With anything, it makes food freedom hard. Like, energy wise, like, it's just it's just not doable at the moment.
Something as well that you've posted online is that you did a photo shoot with your clients. I feel like that's another really fun way that if you are working towards a fat loss goal, do a photo shoot.
Get
the exact same endorphins that you would get from a stage in a safe and environment where you're not compared to other people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that I am doing with my clients in 2 months' time. There's quite a lot of girls who wanted to do a photo shoot. So I've organized a photographer, a house, and all of these really cool things. And I'm like, there's so many other ways that you can celebrate a physique.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think the photo shoots are amazing, not just like, for that, but just like building confidence for them, because obviously with a prep, like it's not, you're posing and all that, but with photo shoot, you've got those photos for life, and it's just a bit more like, you can have it themed, and and it helps them build their confidence too. So I think it's good from a mindset perspective, because a lot of women, like I'm not sure what clients you'll track, but obviously I get some girls that don't really post on social media as well.
Same, yeah.
Like I do get some that post and hype me up, but then you get the ones that just never post.
And
they would never ever consider doing something like that. So like pushing them out of their comfort zone in a different way that's not training and nutrition, but in terms of mindset and confidence is like unreal, especially when they're like, oh my gosh.
Seeing them on those days. I've done quite a few photo shoots with my clients now, and seeing my girls on those days, like, be the ones who are generally really quiet, but then on those days they're fully themselves and sharing their energy with the other girls in the group. It is so fucking rewarding as a coach to be like, one, I have this amazing group of women who trust me and respect me and want to be in my world. Yeah. But I've also given them the platform, the opportunity, the space, the time to be this level of themselves. And it is so freaking cool and so, I think, more rewarding than a stage, especially 100%. Someone who's done both. Yeah. I think a photo shoot with my clients and with a group of women where you're all there to support each other is a lot more wholly satisfying than a stage.
Yeah. And it's also because you're like serving others too. Like, I feel like that's we get a lot of fulfillment out of that as just as humans,
we wouldn't
right?
be
Like
in
that's
this job
what
if
we're meant to be.
We wouldn't be in this job if we didn't like helping other people, for sure.
Yeah, literally. No, I think photo shoots, like even just my own shoots and stuff like that. And like you said, we're in our 20s. I think it's mandatory to get as many hot photos as yourself as possible in your 20s.
I love that. That's like, so good. Facts though. Like, 100%. I mean, when I'm a mum, I'm going to be showing my babies photos of me when I was like 23 in America, like skinny little bee. And I'm like, look at these. Look at your mum. She was hot. Yeah, literally. Now who knows what she looks like.
Oh, I'm sure you'll still be fit. But like, I totally get what you mean. Like when I'm 40, I'm like, oh God.
I want to be the MILF that rocks up to like soccer practice in like her sick ass car, like her like little leggings, her little booty shorts. Like, I want to be that level of a fit mum. Yeah. But like, I'm like, imagine like they're like, true though, you're going to be showing your kids the photos of your 20s. Like my mum would show me the photos of her 20s. Like it's you need to be hot.
Yeah, no, 100%. For me, it's more so like, I mean, I don't want kids at all. So like, for me, I'll be like the sick auntie that travels.
Cool auntie,
I'll be the sick auntie who comes back from like trips around the world and gives my niece and nephews all these gifts.
Have you seen those TikToks going around? It's like, oh, my mum's waiting for me to make her a grandchild, but instead I'm going to Indonesia to get her another fridge magnet. Or like going to Bali to get her another fridge magnet. I'm like, that's me at the moment. I'm like, oh, back to America. Another magnet for mum. Another apron for mum. Like,
literally, no, that is so me. That's like, sorry, I'm going to Europe. I can't give you any grandchildren. But like, lucky for me, I've got an older brother, so he's already had like 3 kids. So my parents have like 3 grandchildren already. I feel like I'd feel pressure if I was the eldest. But like, you're just like, even then, like, I don't think I'd feel pressured anyway. I just tell them, well, this is my choice. But like, I'm just like, okay, they're all good. They've got their grandkids, that's all settled. But
that's
amazing.
So funny. That's so funny. No, so kind of taking a little bit of a pivot. Yeah. Posted a story, reel today or yesterday. I saw it this morning though about things that you can't convince me as a gym girl. I only watched the first one and then I stopped watching because I wanted to talk about it on this episode with you. Yeah. And I want to go in blind because I have done something similar to this and I want to talk about the things that you put on your list and the things that I put on my list and we'll explain why. Yeah. So I know what the first one was and you said that as a gym girl you can't be convinced that training glutes is more fun than training upper body.
Yeah, that's so true.
I totally agree. So what's your thing behind that? Literally just that.
It's just literally blank statement. No, like just upper is just so much more fun. And I don't know if it's because it is like kind of like my my best like attribute on my body. So I feel like that's why I get so much satisfaction out of it when I like train it. I'm like, oh, okay, we're pumping,
we're looking good.
Yeah, like obviously still get a leg pump, but I think just because I'm very well developed than I guess most girls, I would say. I just get a lot of satisfaction out of it, and it's just like badass. Like you can't convince me that like. I mean, obviously doing heavy hip thrusts is amazing, but like when you could just do fucking like weighted pull-ups and like a good nasty bench press, because obviously heaps of guys do that, just like being able to do that, because not many other women, I guess, who don't go to the gym like could possibly even do that or even lift the bar. So I just think there's something empowering about it, and it's just badass, and that's kind of like my vibe. So yeah, like, and it's just more fun, and there's so many more upper body movements you can do, the little like all the cables, whereas legs you're kind of like, I feel like there's less option, less variation. There's only so many movements you can kind of like swap out. With upper, there's just so much.
So much you can do, and it's so much more fun. I totally agree. It's like,
obviously it takes up less of your body too. So even though I still push close to failure, it's like it just doesn't hurt as bad, if that makes sense. When your legs and you're on the leg press and you're pushing,
gotta crush yourself because you can't push your leg press
you feel
up.
like you're giving birth. Like it's like you down here, and
it's too much.
It's because it's like half your fucking body. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
What was the second one?
Oh, I think it was, you can't convince me that leggings are better than the shorts. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Okay, that's a good one though. I'm the same. I mean, I live in Melbourne, so leggings are somewhat a non-essential, an essential. Like, I'm ready to purchase my thermal leggings for the season. Like, it's pretty fucked up. But if you live on the Gold Coast, I can definitely see how that would be a thing, because I've been in shorts since I got here. I've literally packed 2 pairs of shorts, 1 pair of leggings, and a pair of jeans, and I've been in the shorts the whole time.
Yeah. So I think I said on it, like, I mean, obviously I used to live in Adelaide too, so I think obviously it's a little bit better like than Melbourne in terms of winter weather, but the winter's still fucked. But I think even when back then I would still train in shorts, but I just wear trackies over the top.
Yeah,
like if I have to.
okay.
Like I just don't know. I used to wear leggings all the time, but now like I'm just like, I put them on and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like I think because I'm like more top heavy too.
Yeah. If
I don't have skin showing on my legs, it makes my legs look even smaller. And I just like feel like I look like a fucking Dorito or something.
Wide up the top and little
like,
down the
middle. Like this
starts training calves. If you see you training calves like every day now, we know why, because she's getting ready to get the leggings back on.
Yeah.
All right, what was the next one?
Oh god, I gotta try and remember. Fuck, what?
Do you want to quickly watch it?
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna bring it up because I've already forgotten. Honestly.
I think one of the things that I had on mine was, you can't convince me that matcha is better than coffee.
No, I agree with that. Coffee's
I
so much
had
better.
a sip of a matcha latte. Foul.
Yeah, I mean, they're real hit and miss though. It depends where you go. Hey, I've had some sweet ones that are like pretty alright, but I'm like, I would never replace that with coffee though.
You can't convince me.
No.
You can't convince me that coffee is not the top tier of
100%.
hot beverages.
100%. All right, guys, I need to get this shit up. What the fuck?
I literally watched the first one. I'm like, stop watching because I need to see. We need to talk about this one here.
Yeah. God. Okay, girl, we talked about upper body. Okay, we're walking winter. Hurry up, wrap the shit. Why do I talk for so long? Okay, so the next one was, you can't convince. This is more, I guess, a coach perspective.
Yeah.
Because I try to make it a bit more like, authority based. Like I'm a coach, but you can't convince me that training 6-7 days a week, even 5, which I know is very controversial because I know a lot of girls train 5 days a week.
I train 5.
Yeah, well, there you go. Is better than 4 solid sessions a week. I'm a hard believer of 4 sessions a week. I don't have any of my clients that are training more than 4 days a week because I don't do it. So it's like, if I don't do it, why would I program them on that? Because I just think, especially if you're doing 3 leg days, I just think it is a lot, and it depends on obviously how much volume you're doing, I guess the reps, and obviously if your coach has planned it out really well. But I find most people that have done it, and my people I've followed in the past, have given me like 3-4 sets of like 3 leg days. I'm like, that's just fucking a lot, so much.
So I trained 5 days. This morning I had a walk with one of my past clients who's now a friend, and I said to her, I am waiting for the day that I can go back to 4 sessions a week. It is the perfect sweet spot of life, gym, and load. And I feel like my recovery is so much better. My sessions are actually a lot better in the sense of like, I can actually push so much harder when I'm training 4 days a week as opposed to 5 days a week, and get such a better quality session because I'm recovering.
Simple 100%. And that's literally like what I said. It's like, I feel the most recovered from that. And then I can push harder in my sessions. because I would rather do less volume and then push more weight. Like, and that's very much like what my coach believes in too. We're very big on like less volume and more intensity. Just because I've learned how to train very close to failure, like even this last year, I feel like I'd rather do that and spend less time in the gym, just because, you know, I do value other things in my life than fitness, and also just give more energy to my business. And you'd probably be the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're quite busy as well. So yeah, I think 4 is just a sweet spot, and all my clients have seen fucking incredible results. Like, they can get toned, they can get sculpted with 4 days.
I have girls doing it on 3.
Yeah, like, and yeah, some of the girls on 3 days. They're for the girls who, like, yeah, super busy, or just, you know, kind of like, you know, just don't want to be in the gym for that much, which is fine. Obviously, we cater the volume to that. But yeah, it's crazy to me that I used to do 5, and then I used to do 6, 7, and I like I used to play local AFL at the same time, and then I would still train 6 days a week. I would go to footy training twice a week. I'd play on the Saturdays, and I was fucking still trying to eat like 1,700 calories from Monday to Friday, and no wonder why I was binging on the weekends.
Yeah.
Now I eat more now, and I like train way less, but obviously harder, like more structured, but like just built so much more fucking shape. Like, yeah, it's
crazy. It's
insane. But yeah, so
what was there any more on the list?
Yeah, that was the third one. Fuck, let me get back into it again. Where is it? Yes, like, girl.
Do you like watch back? Like, yeah, I'm so great.
Oh, discipline. You can't convince me that being disciplined means being perfect. Because I think I said in that video, like, being disciplined is less about being perfect and more about showing up when it's not convenient for you and when it's fucking hard. Like, that is discipline, because obviously that equals consistency when you can actually show up and do that. But if you're perfect all the time, like, that's
waiting for failure. Because what about one day when something goes wrong?
Yeah, it's like the all or nothing thing. Like, you're like, no, fucked it up now I'm just going to go completely, like, you know, off the rails. So yeah, I'm a big believer of that. And that took me fucking like years to learn that. And now obviously I get to teach other women.
Teach people, yeah, to
do that too. And obviously, like, I would say, you know, my level of discipline and resilience is probably obviously a lot higher than my clients. Like, that's why they're coming to me, right? Because, you know, through my fat loss phase, probably a bit more determined, and, you know, I'm probably a bit more like that 90%.
Educated,
yeah, like, I would say not very many times I like have a blowout, like, whatever, like, but, you know, I'll go out to eat, but there's not times where I'm like fucking up my discipline, if that makes sense. Like, I have a little bit of flexibility, but obviously allow my clients a little bit more. But for me, I don't allow that, because I'm like the coach, and like I want to be that authority, and that's just like how I like to be. But yeah, I think that's an important point. Like,
I think as well, like, every coach would have this conversation with clients, be like, stop relying on motivation and rely on discipline. But if you can't actually have periods of discipline as yourself as the coach, or as yourself as the woman, or yourself as the wife, or all of these things, it's like, how can you preach that to other people? How can you preach like discipline? And like, I think it's not about perfection.
No.
I'm sick of seeing coaches preach perfection.
Yeah. And
everyone, do you know what really triggers me? Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day.
Oh yeah, that's not true.
Bro, that is the worst advice any coach can post about.
Yeah.
Because I have 24 hours. My sister, who is a mum of a 4-year-old toddler going through an emotional fucking roller coaster of life at the moment, who runs also her own business, who has also a marriage and a home to look after, has a 6-month-old puppy. Yeah. Her 24 hours versus my 24 hours are completely fucking different.
Yeah, it's just like you guys have different responsibilities. Like,
totally. So how can you say that everyone has the same 24 hours and everyone should be able to live similar lifestyles when it's just so unfucking realistic?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like, okay, well, they can still be disciplined, but it has to be with their training nutrition that actually suits their lifestyle. Then you can still be disciplined. It's like, okay, for us, we could possibly train like 5-6 days a week if we wanted to. For someone else, discipline means getting their fucking 3 sessions done a week, because that's all they can realistically fit in.
Literally.
So I think, it obviously is relative to like what they're like able to fit into their life.
And obviously as a coach, it's your responsibility then to be like, okay, I'm the coach, I can look out and zoom out in the lens and work out actually what is realistic for every single client to actually be able to achieve discipline. And I think a really underrated thing that I do with my clients is taking away stuff, stripping it back, being like, okay, you're not hitting 4 sessions a week, let's go to 3, and actually allow you that satisfaction of completing everything in a week.
100%. It's like that mindset thing.
Yeah, because if you can't achieve it realistically, it's not that you're an undisciplined person.
No.
And that is okay.
It's like,
to need to adjust a plan in order to create discipline in something that is aligned and works for you. And I think as well it can lead into then toxic discipline.
Yeah, there's definitely a toxic side.
And it's like go. Like, don't live your life. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. And it's like, well, if you don't want to do 4 sessions, do 5 sessions. You should be disciplined. I'm like, not everyone needs to be at that level.
That's so true.
And I think as well, there's a lot of people online who I've seen recently. And I'm like, unfollow. Yes. Goodbye. Don't need to see you.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because, like, as you're saying that, I'm like, that's another thing with comp prep coaches who take on lifestyle clients or just clients in general who push, because they have high levels of discipline, that they push that kind of like lifestyle onto their lifestyle clients.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I've seen so many, like I've had people come to me in the past and like just hearing even like my friends go through it who aren't even competing and they're in the gym like 5 days a week doing insane amounts of volume. I'm like, girl, you're not even like competing. And I'm like, even for that competing, you probably don't even need to do that. But like, yeah, just seeing like comp prep coaches push that kind of like super disciplined lifestyle onto them just because they're in prep as well. That's just something I find, obviously not everyone does it, but like, yeah.
It's common.
Yeah.
To be able to detach from your own goals onto your clients. Like your goals aren't your clients' goals. And that's something that I'm so big on. Like, I would never do that to a client. Like, yes, clients come to me because they're inspired by my journey, but our outcome that we're chasing is different. So I won't ever push my lifestyle onto that. Like, even when I'm in the thick of prep, my clients will go out and have 2 free meals a week.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it. Send me photos of your food because, like,
so
love that for you.
Yeah.
But, like, it's, true. It's like that toxic discipline. But also 9 times out of 10, the coach is preaching that message are the ones in the back of the bathroom on the fucking night out, like, oh god, snorting who knows what. And I'm just like, bro, bang my head on this microphone, like,
that's so that is gold. There's probably half a Gold Coast.
Honestly, that could open a whole other can of worms.
Go to the pub on a Saturday and
Oh really? I've never been there, and I'm like, I don't think I ever will go there. But like, wild.
We can go on Saturday if you want.
I fly home 5 o'clock.
Oh, no.
I don't need to see it. I spent enough time on King Street to know exactly what that's like. Yeah. But like, those people who are preaching that toxic discipline, in my opinion, toxic discipline, love a party.
And you know what? Like, I do, like, I feel like it's because people who've gotten to fitness probably have this past history of partying. And it's also sounds so bad with the topic of, like, obviously if they're doing lines, but like, it's such it would be you can see why it's a fitness people's thing, because if it's all about the calories, it's like if you drink alcohol, that racks up your calories a lot, but if you do lines, zero calories, it suppresses your appetite.
I'm dead because you don't get hungover, you don't crave maggers in the morning, you're actually just waking up like super skinny.
Yeah, like, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've definitely done lines before, like, for like fucking at my age, like everyone has, so like, yeah, but it's just, you can see why that, but like when you're doing that every weekend or like whatever, like that can become an issue. Yeah. Like, and it's just Gold Coast, like some people, it's just too much. It's like when you're partying all the time, but then you get people that are like on the other gear too, like Anava, like, or the Clint, and like that helps them fucking do lose weight, just they can eat anything and still fucking burn it all off. And like, I mean, I don't know too much of that side, but I've heard a lot of things, especially like girls that are in comp prep and stuff like that, they get prescribed all that sort of stuff, but you still see them go out every weekend, and then I'm like, are you on prep? Like, what are you doing? How are you doing this?
Yeah, but we all know why. Tell me how you're doing this, because I want to know. They're just not eating. They're just not eating and then having one meal a week. One meal a day, one meal a week. Imagine that. Yeah. Well, before we get in too much trouble going into this topic even further, let's just kind of let's just put a pause on that. Maybe one day we'll come back and be like, let's do a whole exposing the Pearly Pav fitness scene, King Street scene. But I think for now we'll wrap that up there. I think it was such a fun conversation. I really did enjoy that. So thank you so much for spending the last hour with me.
Oh my God, it's been an hour already.
I know, we've yapped. Fuck. We really
That went so quick.
That went so quick. I looked over and I was like, I think it's been like over an hour. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have, make sure you share it around. If you know someone who potentially is struggling a little bit with toxic discipline, with their body image, with knowing what's next and thinking that the stage is the next step for you, share this episode with them. I think there's a lot of value in here. A lot of rogueness as well, but
yeah,
we love that. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.